Good morning, this is Mike Houston with your Thursday morning weather hazard briefing for Southeast Idaho. Looking at our weather impact summary slide, we expect to see unseasonably hot and dry conditions continuing today and Friday, resulting in active wildfires and poor air quality. We do expect to see a storm system sweeping through the region Saturday, which will result in subdued wildfire activity and improved air quality. There is still some uncertainty over a storm system moving through the region Tuesday, but nonetheless, unseasonably warm and dry conditions will return to the region through the week. Our next storm system translates through the region next Friday and Saturday and may result in yet another round of red flag conditions for the region. Taking a look at satellite imagery this morning, we have a low pressure system off the northwest coast, which is pumping up a high pressure ridge across the region. It's also bringing in wildfire smoke from California and Oregon into southern Idaho. Taking a look at our weather impact matrix, we have red flag conditions across the region today and Friday, and then also we have poor air quality forecast for today here in the Magic Valley and central and southern mountains, and likely those conditions will extend into Friday. On Saturday, we have as I said, that low pressure system moving through the region will bring widespread showers to the region, so it's really going to help to subdue some of the red flag and air quality conditions across the region, and we should see those improved conditions continuing Sunday into Monday. Taking a look at our current regional fires, the largest fire in southeast Idaho is the Badger Fire at 35,000 plus acres. We also have the Trap Fire up here in the Stanley Basin at 420 acres, and then a fire out on INL, the Central Facility Fire at 80 acres. In addition to those three fires, we continue to see smoke off the Buck and Porphyry fires here just outside of our forecast area. Thankfully, that smoke will be drifting north here over the next couple days, but all of these fires will be contributing to the poor air quality across the region. Again, we do have a red flag out for today and Friday. The red flag conditions today are mainly for low relative humidity and high Haines indice. We may see some locally gusty winds down here in the Oakley region today, but for the most part, the stronger winds will filter into the region on Friday. I'll show you those in some forecast graphics in a minute. But on Friday, the red flag conditions will primarily be for low relative humidity and high wind gusts. This is a depiction of the total modeled smoke across the region. So we're seeing smoke coming out of these California wildfires drifting north through Oregon, Washington, and across the Idaho Panhandle into western Montana. Some additional fires here also in Oregon contributing to this high smoke here across the northwest. You can see that at least southeast Idaho is being spared to some degree of some of the thicker smoke here. And in fact, if you look at the air quality sensors from this morning, we have moderate conditions here from Salt Lake City up through Pocatello, unhealthy conditions in the Magic Valley up through the Sun Valley area on over to Idaho Falls. And then conditions continue to deteriorate as you work further north and east towards Washington, Oregon, with very unhealthy conditions in those areas due to wildfire smoke. Looking at the storm track and some of our meteorological charts, we see that low pressure system off the coast today with the storm track basically rotating up through Northern California, Washington, and Oregon. Southeast Idaho will be under the high pressure ridge here, which will continue to provide nice and toasty warm conditions with highs generally in the 90s here in the Snake River Plain and upper 80s and lower 90s in the Central Mountains and Southeast Highlands, and daytime minimum humidities in the teens throughout southeast Idaho, so not very favorable fire conditions. By Friday, that low pressure system works into the Oregon coastal regions. We should see the breakdown of the upper ridge here across southeast Idaho, a classic fire weather pattern, and an increase in southwest winds across the region as that occurs. Here we are showing the wind gusts for Friday, generally running in the 30 to 35, almost 40 mile an hour range here across a good portion of southeast Idaho, hence the reason for the red flags on Friday. And then on Saturday, we see that low pressure system translating east through Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. It will most certainly bring strong westerly winds to the region, along with widespread precipitation. Here we are looking at the highs, really taking a digger on Saturday, generally in the 60s here in the Snake River Plain, upper 50s and 60s in the Central Mountains and Southeast Highlands, with daytime minimum humidities generally in the 30s here in the Snake River Plain and 40s to 60s in the Central Mountains and Southeast Highlands. Like I said, we will see some wind here on Saturday, but with the cooler temperatures and elevated humidity, these winds shouldn't be too bad for fire weather. Here we are looking at winds of 30 to 35 gusting, primarily through the Snake River Plain on Saturday. In addition to all that wind and lower temperatures, we do expect precipitation widespread across the region. You can see the mountains here in the Central Mountains anywhere from a quarter to 4/10 of an inch across the Central Mountains. Generally a tenth to maybe 2/10 down here in the Southeast Highlands, and then fairly light precipitation throughout the Snake River Plain, maybe 5/100ths throughout the region here. On Tuesday, we did mention a system translating through the region, fairly weak here on what I'm showing here is the GFS model, but if we were to look at the European model, it shows a little more substantial system working through the region, may bring us some light precipitation, but certainly beyond this point, we do expect the ridge to really begin to develop as this next low pressure system begins to advance towards the coast. And we should see temperatures climbing back up into the 80s here in the Snake River Plain and upper 70s and 80s in the Central Mountains and Southeast Highlands starting Wednesday through the remainder of the week. And humidity's dropping back into the teens in the Snake River Plain, maybe upper teens and 20s in the Central Mountains and Southeast Highlands here by Wednesday. And then by Thursday, like I said, that ridge really developing across the region as that low pressure system begins to set up off the coast. We expect to see that low move inland sometime next Friday or Saturday, which will break down the ridge, bring another probably red flag event to southern Idaho. So stay tuned on that. So in summary, we expect unseasonably hot and dry conditions to continue today and Friday, resulting in active wildfires and poor air quality. We do expect a storm system to sweep through the region on Saturday, which will bring subdued wildfire activity and improved air quality, as we expect to be much cooler temperatures and widespread showers. And then there's still some uncertainty over a system pushing through the region on Tuesday, but for the most part, we'll see unseasonably warm and dry conditions returning to the region through the week. And then the next storm system translates through the region next Friday and Saturday for another potential red flag day. That's all we had for you here this morning. That's a lot. If you had any comments or questions or concerns, please do give us a call here at the number on the screen. Thank you.